Every gardener knows the frustration of dealing with soil that seems beyond saving. Hard, cracked earth that won't hold water, beds where plants refuse to thrive, and lifeless dirt that feels more like dust than soil. It can make you feel defeated. But there's a little-known trick that can breathe life back into even the most stubborn ground, and it comes down to two simple ingredients: molasses and worms. When you bring these together, something powerful happens. The soil doesn't just improve, it transforms, and the results can be dramatic enough to notice overnight. At first, molasses might seem like an odd thing to add to the garden. After all, it's a sweet, sticky syrup most of us keep in the kitchen. But what makes it so effective is exactly that sweetness. It's pure sugar, and soil microbes absolutely thrive on it. Molasses acts as a quick energy source, feeding bacteria and fungi that normally break down organic matter at a much slower pace. When these microbes get a sugar rush, they multiply rapidly, kickstarting a chain reaction in the soil food web. The surge in microbial activity starts breaking down organic matter faster, releasing nutrients that plants can access right away. The soil begins to soften as microbes and fungi work their way through compacted particles. And when microbes flourish, worms follow, because where there's microbial activity, there's food for them as well. Earthworms are natural soil engineers. They eat decaying matter, grind it through their gut, and leave behind castings that are richer than compost or fertilizer. But what really draws them in is microbial activity. When molasses feeds the bacteria and fungi, worms swarm to those areas because it means there's a banquet waiting for them. Once worms move in, they aerate the soil with their burrows, improving drainage and water infiltration. Their castings add stable humus, packed with plant-available nutrients and beneficial microbes. Within days of applying molasses to a worm-friendly bed, you can see an explosion of worm activity. Tiny burrows forming, moist, crumbly soil appearing, and even worm cocoons if you look closely. Either way, the transformation is fast. Gardeners often report seeing worm activity within 24 hours, and with repeated applications, the population builds quickly. Compost is an incredible soil builder, but it takes time to break down and release its nutrients. Molasses, on the other hand, works instantly by feeding the microbes that drive the entire soil ecosystem. When paired with worms, it's like adding fuel to a fire. The microbes multiply, worms move in, and the soil structure shifts in just days. This doesn't mean you should abandon compost altogether. Instead, think of molasses as a catalyst that makes both worms and compost work harder and faster. It supercharges the natural cycles that already exist underground, turning them into a powerful force for soil renewal. Dead soil isn't the end of the story. With just molasses and worms, you can take lifeless dirt and jumpstart a living system that feeds itself, supports strong plant growth, and builds resilience season after season. The transformation can begin almost overnight, but the real magic is how lasting the results are once worms and microbes establish themselves. If you're ready to see your soil come alive again, don't overlook this simple trick. A little molasses, a bit of cover, and some willing worms might just be the fastest, easiest way to turn dead soil into living gold. If you found this guide useful, make sure to subscribe to Botanical Bliss for more no-nonsense soil building tips, and share this video with a fellow gardener who's tired of battling lifeless soil. Together, we can bring the ground beneath our feet back to life, one worm at a time.